going? I hope you guys are doing well. So, I was guided to do a very late night reading to see what your guys' feelings are towards each other, you and your person of interest, twin flame soulmate. Okay, it's about 1 o'clock in the morning right now, and I'm like, I'm not gonna rest comfortably unless I pull these cards out. So, here we are, darling. Take what resonates and drop what doesn't, okay? Fit it, make it to fit your situation, all right? So the first deck we're gonna jump into is my Unspoken Messages, Volume 2, all right? To see what your current person's feelings are, okay? What's on their mind about you, their feelings, current energy that they're experiencing when it comes to you, etc., okay? First message, I catch myself responding to your telepathic messages, okay? Sometimes that can make us feel a little crazy, right? When sometimes you're sitting there chilling, working, then you get these downloads that your person is conversing with you, and then suddenly, like, you picture them saying something, or they picture you saying something to them, and then they catch themselves responding to it like, yeah, right. Or for real, like, dang, you look good. Like, they'll catch themselves doing that, and it makes them feel crazy. It makes them feel like, what the fuck? And at that moment, it's like they're glad they weren't around anybody because then people around them would be like, what's wrong with you? Why do I feel like that is a mirroring energy? Both you and your person both feel and have experienced that before. So, meeting you awaken my kundalini, okay? And that happens every time you meet, when the first time you meet your person in the beginning, they awaken something in you, okay? It's like a switch turns on. So maybe they never said this to you, but you helped awaken their kundalini, all right? It continues to rise. It continues to reach new levels. I feel like every time union happens, you reach new levels, okay? So let's see what else comes through. I understand what you need without you having to say it, because you guys mirror each other. You have this great understanding. It's like you can look at a person and be like, okay, I know what you're thinking and feeling. So they want you to know, hey, I know what you want. I know what you need. I know what you've been projecting, because I can feel it. I can sense it. And sometimes they don't give you what you want because they either want to be jerks or they want to make you suffer. They think it's cute when you're mad. So they'll purposely do shit or not do shit. Okay, so it says there are times that I don't believe in this connection, okay? We all go through that, right? Especially divine feminines. They also have their moments of non-believing where they maybe in the beginning they didn't believe in the connection. Maybe you've mentioned certain things to them and they're like, yeah, you know what, she's right, but then they snap out of it and they're like, yeah, right, that's fucking fairy tale shit. It doesn't exist. Until they start meeting other people and the same triggers don't happen with those other people and they can't stop thinking of you no matter and regardless of situations, then they'll start thinking about what you said and the feelings they felt before. And it makes them realize, you know what? They are going to have their doubts, but then they always go back to the feeling and the energy of you. Don't mistake divine timing with ego's timing, okay? So I feel like this is a message from the divine for both of you and your twin. Just because something doesn't happen between you and your person within a certain time frame based on your ego's timing, it doesn't mean that it can never happen or you should block it out or shake it off because you didn't get what you wanted when you had your tantrum or your sissy lala fit. You know what I mean? or because they know behind the scenes, spirit knows what's going on behind the scenes with you and your person. So spirit knows you both individually have to do your own separate work and healing and stuff. So everybody has their own time frame of dealing with that on their own timing. So we got to learn how to be patient. And I know that could be a bitch. It could be a bitch. Bottom of the deck, it says, I love how our vibes collide when we are together. Okay. This is something that your person has always reminisced about. They're always very nostalgic about that they will never vibe the way they do when they are with you. Okay. And they always think about the moments when you guys vibe. So I love that. I love, love, love it. Okay. So let's move on to the next. All right. So the next deck we're going to get into, I thought I had it out. Oops. Is going to be the Fire Within. It's another message deck of mine. Okay, first message. We have restless over you. Okay. That's funny how this came out, because in one of the readings that I did, I think it was on TikTok or on Instagram, either one, it said it showed that these DMs are going to start becoming really restless over the feminines. Um, I forgot which one it was. I wish I could remember, but I do so many, I forget. Anyways, it must be a collective of DMs that are going to be feeling this, especially during Scorpio season, okay? Because there's a lot of death and rebirth going on. So I'm getting the vibe of whatever they mentioned or said to you before. It's kind of like they have a change of heart. It's kind of like, damn, I'm reconsidering what I said to her, reconsidering how I acted towards her. And it's kind of like they end up coming back. They become really restless until they reach out and balance things out with you again. We have hurting. Wow. See? So either your DM is hurting or they know you're hurting, and it makes them a little restless to resist reaching out. So the more they resist, the more restless they become, because they know they have to either make their wrongs right or apologize or check in on you because they hurt you or said something that was not, that you didn't deserve, that it was uncalled for, you know, wasn't necessary, because you were just trying to show them love and show them that you cared, and they were probably blocking that out. So I feel like Spirit's kind of like giving them this divine order energetically, like, hey, you better fix that, or you better get right with your divine feminine, because you won't be able to rest easily, you know, until that happens. So they'll become anxious and start seeing movies and hearing stories about, you know, them, about other people going through same situations, and it triggers them like, damn, okay, I get it, Spirit. I know what I got to do. So there's that. What do we have here? Looking forward to the future. Okay, so you may not know this, but your DM is looking forward to the future, because maybe in the past they weren't really stable. Maybe in the past they didn't have their shit straight. Maybe they were in and out of karmic situations. Maybe they didn't know what they wanted around the time they were with you, or they were very in and out, very hot and cold. But it's kind of like, you know what? Things are, for some of them, things are getting better for them. So now they're much more confident in who they are and how they reinvented themselves. So it's kind of like they're thinking, you know what? I'm very excited about what's to come in the future and what we can offer each other, because we have grown, we have evolved. So let's see this type of version of ourselves merge together now. That's very exciting. We have long distance love. For some, you could be in a long distance connection with your person. Um, and this has been popping up a lot, like the long distance thing, where a lot of them are coming home for the holidays, and you'll be seeing them a lot more around family and your family. You run into them in the stores or the outlets because they're in town, they're home. Or they hit you up saying, hey, I'm flying in, or I would like to see you with the little time that I have, or whatever the case may be, for those that are in long distance. Okay. um, and for others, you're gonna find out that either they're doing better because they moved away from everything that they were around before, and you're going to be able to commute to see each other and work around that, and work around the distance, and be able to make something work out. Who knows, it might even work out better than when you lived closer together or whatever. Here it says, I didn't want to move on, but I had to. Okay, so maybe this is like some type of closure or some type of reassurance or clarity that some of you needed. Maybe you probably felt like, damn, they shut me out quickly and moved in with another person, or moved on with another person instantly, and it made you feel like shit, made you feel like they didn't really care. But they're telling you, I didn't want to move on, but I had to. Maybe they did it to help themselves, reinvent themselves. They had to do what they had to do. That's very understandable. And they knew they couldn't do that if they stay with you, because you make them very vulnerable. And sometimes when you're in love and happy and stuff like that, you remain in your comfort zone and not much is done. Not for everybody, just for some. But maybe that's how they felt at the time. Okay, let's get another one. I feel the burning passion within my chest just by thinking about you. Okay. So this is like a confirmation for them. Like, you know what? Every time I think about them, I still feel that burning passion and desire for my person, when I daydream or reminisce. And that's a sign that, you know what? You guys really do have something special. Like the fire still burns. It's the fire still within. That is why I named this deck the Fire Within, because it still burns. Okay. So let's see the bottom of the deck here. It says, I get jealous when you go out with your friends. This could have been like an insecurity of theirs once upon a time before, or maybe now, like they see you on social media posting things with you going out with you and your friends and having a good time. Maybe they get jealous in a way where it's like, damn, I wish I could be there, or I can experience that with her, or damn, I get jealous knowing that she might meet someone and forget about me. Like, we all get in our heads a lot when it comes to shit like that. So men get in their head about that shit too. Okay, so whether you're male or female watching, just apply it to your situation. All right, so let's move on. Okay, so ladies, I'm gonna pull one for you guys. How have you been feeling? I'm gonna use my yours truly deck, message deck. I don't know why it wasn't. There you go. Okay. What are some of the things they feel with you energetically that you're going through and feel towards them? Late night stalking. It's kind of like they know that you're creeping on them, okay? They know that you're a little creeper. Like, it's kind of like they could feel you watching. They could feel you lurking, okay? So if you lay in bed and you're like, let me go check to see what they've been doing, their status, if they're with anybody, if they posted something new, because you like to be in the know. So why do I feel like that's something you guys both mirror? Like you guys both like do that shit. Late night stalking. Little detective you. Okay, little FBI, divine feminine agent. Okay. Waiting for your response. Okay, so some of you feminines could be waiting for your person's response. Maybe you were the last to write them. Maybe perhaps you responded to a video or a picture they posted, a comment they made, and then you commented under that or said something, sent them a DM, whatever. Um, it's, you know, little things like that that you haven't gotten a reply for, but they've seen but haven't replied, so it makes you feel like they're ignoring you, and you're like, what the fuck? You know, you start getting all like, screw them then, like, dick. And then you get all pissed off. um Honestly, I feel like they like when you do that, because it makes them feel like you're paying attention, and sometimes they just don't know how to respond to that, even if it's for, you know, a woman, even if it's for, you know, for us, any little thing like a smile or a LOL is nice, but some of you don't even get that. Here it says this connection makes me feel bipolar. Exactly. Because there's times where they love bomb you, and then there's times where you get crickets, silent treatment. Um, and then there's times where you don't believe in the connection, and then they believe in it when you don't, and then you don't, and then they do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you go back and forth, and you both become very psycho or bipolar. You it's always that one person that drives you fucking crazy and bonkers, right? So all this in and out and back and forth is giving you guys like emotional, mental, and physical whiplashes, right? So, yep. Welcome to the journey. I lied to you. I'm scared. Okay, some of you guys could have lied to your person, whether it was a white lie, a pretty little lie, or just some type of lie because you were afraid that they would never speak to you again, or maybe you lied to them saying, you know what, I'm over you. I've moved on. I'm better off without you. But really, you're like, I fucking love you. I need you. Come back. You know, so now you're scared. Like, shit, I shouldn't have said that. Or maybe I shouldn't have came off that strong. Or I shouldn't have gotten that verbal or whatever with my person. And now you're afraid that, like, because you know, you obviously meant what you said at the time because you were in your feelings, you were in your emotions. So it's always an honest thing. You own it, okay? Own it. But also own that you didn't really mean it because you came from a place of anger or a place of frustration. So as long as you guys clarify that within each other, you'll start to develop great understanding. They'll start to, you know, see your characteristics when you're triggered, when you're mad, when you're compassionate, when you want to go back and apologize. They'll start to see that divine feminine energy within you instead of just leaving things in the dark, unknown, and not responding or being open, communicative wise. Then things just stay in limbo and you guys don't get to know each other on that type of level. So even if you feel like you're embarrassing yourself, as long as you're true and honest, that's all that matters, because they will love and appreciate that about you, is your honesty. Okay. Oh shit, a big ass chunk came out. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So we have enough of the games. Some of you guys had enough of the games, right? You're tired of the games, the back and forth games, even the games within yourself, even the games you play with your own damn self in your own mind. Sometimes we get sick of ourselves dealing with this, you know? Um, you're like, damn, why am I like this? Why do I get like this? And it helps you recognize the triggers within yourself so that you can know yourself and heal them and overcome them. So in a way, it's good and it serves its purpose. We have nothing but love and respect for you, okay? So here again, it's like, look, I'm sorry I lied to you. Sorry what I said, or whatever. I have nothing but love and respect for you, you know? And then here we have midnight thoughts of us. Again, it's connected to the late night stalking. I think about us a lot in the in the time of midnight. The last thing I think about before bedtime, which leads to dreams and astral traveling and astral projecting, you know. I know I've been tough on you, you see. So some of you guys could be coming from a place of guilt and sadness. So it all links up together, like, damn, I'm sorry I lied to you when I was triggered, you know. I didn't mean it. Now I'm scared that I'll never see you, or you'll never give me another chance, or you might think I'm crazy and psycho now, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So It's always good to see your own fault as well, how you react in response during certain times of triggering or emotional turmoil or drama or anything like that. You always got to look at yourself from another perspective through the eyes of another and be like, damn, did I really act that way, or was I in the right or in the wrong, you know? So it helps you really, I guess it helps you a lot to see, you know, a lot of things. I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay. So, yeah, look, learning so much about myself through you. Yo, I was just talking about that and I was just shuffling and I saw the bottom and boom. So, yeah, you guys are learning a lot about yourselves through this connection. Okay. And sometimes you meet people because they bring out the worst in you, the best in you, the sexual in you, and you learn a lot about you, and it's amazing. It's a beautiful thing, because imagine if you didn't learn about yourself, and you'd be walking around being a boba, a babosa, you know? So we got to appreciate it on some type of level, right? Okay. Let's put this aside. Okay. So I'm going to get into my expressions of the heart deck. Yeah, we're using nothing but message cards today. Okay. Wow, this little crackling candle is pretty loud for being tiny. She's a silent little firecracker. All right, here we go. Actually, a little too loud for me right now. Okay. You honestly made me feel like shit with your words. Oh my God. You see what I mean? You see? Remember that one card that said, I know I've been rough on you. I'm sorry. And you know what I'm saying? So you probably either said something to them, take it where it resonates, whether they said it to you or you said it to them. Okay. Um, Somebody here made the other person feel like shit with what they said, whether y'all came from a place of, you know, frustration, dishonesty, trigger, you know what I'm saying? It At the end of it all, at the end of the day, we get really hurt with what is being said to us, especially when it's from the person you're really into, because it could affect your insecurities. You know what I'm saying? Their words can either make you very confident, sexy, you know, feel attractive or happy, or they can make you feel like shit, make you feel belittled, or make you feel like you're nothing, or, you know, it's depends on how they say it and the energy behind those words. So either you or the other person made each other feel some type of way. Okay. Here it says, I'll admit that I've compared you to others a few times, only to find that you truly are a unique, authentic soul. I don't deserve you. Okay. So whether you've compared them or they've compared you, um, like I said at the beginning of the reading, like they can hang out with other people or you can, and you won't get that same vibe or connection you do with how you had it with that person or with each other. So they've tried to compare you. Maybe you even tried to, you know, move on with somebody else, and it just for the fact to get over them, so you can say, oh, I'm done and over with that. So this isn't for those that are like, well, I'm done with them, screw them. No, this is not for you. This is for those that are resonating with this. Okay. um so they've really tried to compare you so they can move on and say, you know what, it was all in my head, or it wasn't real, haha, good thing, I'm over it. But no, it didn't happen. Damn. They were like, she really is unique and authentic. Whether she's cuckoo in the head or not, she's authentic to who she is. And that's what I love about him or her. Okay, is what they're thinking. So, Another card here, it says, please forgive me if I ever tried to label you. I just didn't understand your uniqueness. And now they are understanding your uniqueness and valuing your individuality. Okay. That's the beautiful thing about learning from each other. Hold on, guys. I need to get some peppermint oil for my nose. My nose gets really clogged in the cold. I rub some on my third eye while I'm at it. Okay. All right. It says, I can feel you silently suffering. I can hear your heart and soul cry out for me. My love, nothing goes unnoticed. Oh my God, I told you. They can pick up on what you're feeling. Remember that card that says, I understand what you need without you having to say it? And then now look at this card that came out. You see what I mean? They can feel you when you go silent, because when a woman's fed up, like that song, right? They can feel it. They're like, okay, she's silent now. She's either really mad or really sad, or she's trying you or testing you. He or she, right? But it's like that burning desire they feel in their chest could also come from you crying out for them, like your soul, your energy, crying out for them, but saying it in silence without having to say it at all. They could feel that. It says, my love, nothing goes unnoticed. So they can pick that up. And a lot of them will act on it or become restless till they act on it. And then others are just very stubborn. Listen, you got to understand, there's a lot of stubborn ass masculines out there and feminines that will feel the burn in their chest, feel the ache, etc., and still won't say or do shit because their fucking pride and ego so far up their ass that they'll take shit to their grave. I guarantee you those type of people have fucking a bunch of shit load of issues with family that they shouldn't have issues with like that. It's like I don't understand it. But anyways, all right, let's see. I was confused about what I wanted in the past, but baby, I want to make you mine now. Look at this shit. See? Might have taken them a little time for a few weeks, a few months, a few fucking years, right? They didn't know what they wanted. Hey, sometimes it takes people to become in their 30s or 40s to realize what they truly want. Maybe even 50s, shit. My beloved, how much more time are we going to waste acting from our ego? Yo, you see? You see the shit that I'm talking about? How much more time y'all gonna waste for those that are still acting from their ego? Were you gonna wait? It's all you're not in this world anymore? Come on. Then you'll really be hurt and regretful and learn some horrible lessons that don't even need to escalate to that level. So it's kind of like, for real, listen, how much more time are we going to waste acting from our damn ego? That right there is a lesson on its own. Hurting you only hurt me. I felt that. See, they're acknowledging here that is why maybe they feel you suffering in silence too, for those that are hurting. So if they're hurting and they're, going through something, it's because they did it to you. And now they're either getting that karma or feeling the burn now, or they're getting it from someone else and it makes them thinking about you and they feel bad now. And now, or just like a direct hit to you ended up like hurting them too, right? It's like shots fired, hit the both of you. They're like, ooh, fuck, I felt that in my chest. I felt that in my corazon, you know? So Man, sometimes things got to get ugly for things to get better, unfortunately. But así es la vida. That's how life is sometimes, you know? Later on, we will see how beautiful it was to have been part of each other's growth. Exactly. Exactly. Especially when you're in your like late 30s, you start appreciating everything you do, because when you start hitting those late 30s, you just don't got fucking time for the bullshit. You just don't. You just want companionship. You just want to have a good time. You just want to treat each other like family and friend, and just be a part of each other's lives and respect each other. And I mean, don't get me wrong, a lot of people take time. A lot of people take a lot longer to evolve. Like I said, a lot of people can sit on that toilet potty training till they're fucking 50, but it just depends on the person. Sometimes people avoid lessons and they don't grow because they avoid lessons, so they're always stuck in limbo, or they're stuck in this immature energy because they never went through the experience of learning. Okay, so that's why it's important to allow yourself sometimes to learn. Okay, so let's put that aside. Where does this go? I'll put this one of us just gotta pick the phone up. All right, I'm gonna use my divine love and separation. Okay, I put this back. By the way, you guys, I just released a new Christmas Oracle deck. So I now have 4 Christmas themed Oracle decks that you guys can purchase. I did bundle them. So you have the option of buying them all together if you don't have them, or you can buy them individually if you've already had some and just need a few, or one, or the new one. You also have that option too. It's a good time to purchase them now so that you can enjoy them. All right. All right. Let's see. What do we have? We both need to purge past toxicities out of our system. See, because holding on to past toxicities will only create emotional and energetic constipation. You don't want to walk around being full of shit, full of past toxic shit, right? It's like carrying the luggage or traveling with past crap, and it's like, ma'am, do you really need to travel with all that? You're just walking around, looking like you need a little help, looking a little heavy, carrying it on your hips a little bit, ma'am. You might need to drop that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm stretching this shit. All right, what do we have here? Nothing has been the same. We're both shifting. Okay, so this is good because a lot of people, and I've done this before in the past, where you'll reminisce about a past situation and you'll want it back, or you're thinking, okay, I can't wait when we finally reunite, when we finally get this straight, we can go back to a place where we once were. And it's like, you can now just embrace how and who you are now, and how things will be from there on out, as in a much more evolved version of yourselves. Like, you can have that, you can recreate moments like that with new experiences and get new sensations and feelings and stuff like that, but in a new version. Okay, um that's the good thing about memories. You're not always going to have a photo, the same picture in a photo that looks exactly identical, right? So let's see, what else do we have here? Maybe I referenced that weird, but whatever. It's late. I probably need sleep. Oh, I just saw 34 on the time. This separation feels like hell. Yeah, sometimes, hey, in the beginning of the separation, when you first separate, man, you start to have withdrawals from each other, because if you come into the connection really hot, it's stingy, it's hot, You're passionate, you're floating, you're on cloud nine, everything's going good, and then boom, it's pulled and, taken away. It's kind of like drinking some good ass fucking wine at a party, and you're like, keep it going, keep it going. And, once someone takes that bottle away or you run out and it's just like, wah, 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 you start to sober up and you're like, fuck, now what? You're all dehydrated and shit. It's kind of like that, or like being on a really fucking amazing drug and you're taken off of it and you're like, holy fuck, back to reality, or having a great weekend or vacation and now you're back to reality. And it's just an example of how sucky it could be. So for some, maybe your separation was like fucking hell, or maybe right now you're experiencing it and it's hell to you. Okay. And during that moment of feeling like you're in hell because you're missing that person, or it's driving you crazy, you can't be together, or there's certain issues blocking or whatever, it can start to make you go crazy. It makes you feel like, you start developing hate towards each other, annoyance because it can't happen. You start to not believe in the journey anymore. You start to hate readings, or you start to become very bitter, like a little bitter bitch or something. You can't say I'm wrong. Fucking say I'm wrong. Am I right? And then you have those moments where you snap out of it and you're like, okay, I feel better. Tomorrow's a better day. Tomorrow's a better day. And you're always looking for that better day. And those days do come, but you have to remember you're not always gonna be on cloud nine. Okay. And you got to come up with your safe space or your antidote for the rainy days on, when you can't have them or be with them or talk to them. And that's when you focus on yourself, when you take care of you and you have fun, you make the most of it, and you build yourself and you use that time wisely to prepare for the future. Like, I can't wait, when we do come into union, I'm going to be a boss bitch. I'm going to have my shit together. I'm going to have good money saved. I'm going to get right with my health, my body, and all that will motivate you to get on your fucking toes so it serves its divine purpose. I just smelled like a Victoria's Secret perfume. I don't know which one it is. Somebody here must like, your person must really like a specific Victoria's Secret perfume or spray that you use. I don't know, something about every time they pass by that store, they think about you. That's interesting. Maybe their thing was buying you perfume, or their favorite thing was to buy you, scented candles or perfume, things that had to do with scent. I know those are my favorite type of, gifts. Here says, I don't want another. That's why I'm messed up about you. Okay. And that could be, especially feminines, You're like, I don't want another person. That is why I'm so messed up about you. I'm like, it's either you or nobody else. I shut everybody else down and you don't give anybody else a try. And, you don't, sometimes, it's okay. Everybody has their preferences. It's okay. It's all right. I'm just going to leave it at that. You're okay. But you also don't want to shut out anybody else, especially if you see your person all, moved on in another connection, or still with the karmic partner or with their partner, whether they're karmic or not. You can't just like wait for them forever and not give anybody else a chance, because then you're robbing yourself of experience. You know what I'm saying? So those are some of the things you got to consider too. Okay. We have apology. I truly apologize for my attitude towards you. So they feel bad for how they were towards you, how maybe they shut you out when you just wanted to be there and show them love and, just be there for them. So it's kind of like they feel bad, so it's kind of like they're thinking about, what, damn, I should have took advantage of her wanting to be there for me. And, I wasn't in my right space. Why didn't I see it like that before, like I do now? So they get in their head about little things like that, just like we do, All right, here it says, time apart is teaching me how to be okay with being alone. So this is for those that, whether it's you, feminine, or them, or whether you're masculine watching, um, this could have something to do with attachment issues or someone being afraid of being alone, so they just jump in any relationship, whether it's toxic or not, just for the sake of being with someone because they're afraid to be alone. So maybe you taught them or they taught you a little something about being okay with being alone because it helps you focus on you, and it helps you realize that not everybody deserves to be in your energy. Okay? Okay. We have lost. I feel lost without my other half. Yeah, that could be connected to the separation feels like hell. And sometimes you'll feel lost, like, damn, I don't have my person. I don't know what to do. Like, they're the only ones that I was able to open up with, especially if you're someone like the Queen of fucking Swords, right? You're very cold, detached, or you're just, not that you're cold, you're just very selective. You're mindful of who you allow in your energy. You don't just open up to anybody. You're like this tough shit sometimes, and that one person that you did allow in is now gone, and now you're just like, it feels like an empty vessel, and that could be hard to deal with, and some of you are still probably trying to deal with it. And like I said, that's why it's like, okay, time apart is teaching me how to be okay with being alone and learning how to fulfill my own cup so I don't feel like an empty vessel or lost. Here it says we both are hurt and need some healing. Okay. Yeah, so this is for those that are either hurt in your own ways by either because you hurt each other or because of childhood trauma, or you both have your own individual hurts and that's why it couldn't work out. And that's why you're in separation, because you're both hurt on some type of level from trauma or whatever. And you need some type of healing. You need that healing to be able to come together at a later time and be much more stable. Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm going to get an oracle message and then we're going to wrap it up. Okay. So let's get, I'm actually going to use, let's see. The Lover's Oracle. Okay. The heart-shaped one. Haven't used this one in a while. So let's see. What are the ending messages? It's getting so cold now. I don't need to use my fan or anything anymore. Whew. Finally decorated my inside of the house for Christmas. Still want to spice things up a little. My husband's like, God damn, you went from Halloween to Christmas instantly. Well, that's how fast the Aries can switch it. No, I'm just kidding. All right, what do we have? We have my beloved, okay? So, though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united, for love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. Wow. See that? Just because you guys are not physically together doesn't mean you're not there spiritually. Okay? And it doesn't matter how much time passes by. Nothing's going to be missing except for each other, right? Except for you not in my booty. No. Second card here says it's important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. You see, it's okay being alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now is the time to give to yourself. That's why it's important, okay? To know that it's okay if you're alone. You're not really alone You are just given the opportunity, the precious opportunity to have peace and to learn self-love and to fill up your own cup. Okay? So whether a person enters your life or they leave, you'll still have you. You'll still have that fulfillment, that confidence, because you've trained yourself to love yourself and to be at peace whether you're with someone or not. Okay? All right. So that is what's coming through, my loves. I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. Thank you so much for being patient with me and my posting habits. So you can also find me on Instagram and subscribe to my Instagram. You can also follow me on TikTok. All right. But yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next few days and talk to you guys later. Loves you. Bye-bye.